Hi, I'm Joe Revita from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we are Taylor Guitar's online preferred dealer, which means we bring you the coolest stuff first and the newest stuff first, like this new for 2022 limited edition. That's right, so new guitar, rare right now, limited editions, more rare, the GT 611e from Taylor Guitars, building on the incredible success of the Grand Theater body shape. And these guitars are a lot of fun. Check them out at empiremusic.com. You can call us 412-343-5299. You can call or text me directly, 412-915-7118. If you go to empiremusic.com, you can see this guitar, the exact photos of every guitar from Taylor Guitars we have. We never use stock photos. We always do a full factory setup. So if you pick a guitar up in store or you take it online, we'll deliver it ready to play. Now, let's talk about this awesome limited edition. Well, first of all, it looks sexy. I think we can all agree on that. Solid Sitka spruce top. Be prepared for some flamey goodness. Solid big leaf maple back and sides. And an antique burst finish. Now, if you're a Taylor guitar geek like myself, this guitar might look familiar to you. It looks like, what, the 618E, right? And that's really what the Grand Theater is. It's a smaller grand orchestra. It's the same curves. And it leads to a similar tone, but smaller. Super defined, super focused, which is great because maple offers, being it's more hardwood, it's going to give us tons and tons of clarity and definition. This guitar is C-class bracing. V-class is the style of all USA Taylor guitars, but the Grand Theaters have their own bracing, C-class, which is for a cantilever system, and it just makes the guitar sound fuller and bigger. I always tell people with these guitars, this isn't going to be the biggest, loudest guitar in your collection, but it will be the easiest to play. It will be definitely one of the more defined and focused guitars in your collection. What's really cool about it is it's a 24 1/8 inch scale. So, shorter than a standard, even like a Grand Concert Taylor, but longer than the GS Mini. The body shapes fall kind of in between those two models as well. A super comfortable, easy guitar to play. Maple neck, smoky ebony fingerboard on this guy, ebony bridge, the Mission inlays. Check out that peg head overlay. I mean, Taylor pulled out all the stops on this here. It's a really, really beautiful instrument. Maple binding, the Taylor expression system too. It's really, really cool. We sell tons of the 618E. This goes into another one of the guitars that Taylor makes that isn't a standard tone wood for most brands, right? When you think of acoustic guitars, what do? We have like 19 mahogany and rosewood guitars, which is boring. We need to expand our horizons and play more instruments with different tone woods to give us more colors, right? Crayola gives us, 64 or 128 in a box, right? It doesn't give us 3. We don't just want everything to be the same. Here's the same case. What's cool about the Grand Theater is its shape gives us the ability to have more bottom end, a broader bass, narrow mids, shoulders. So this kind of gives us the story of the instrument, even if it's a smaller body, which will naturally lead to a little bit more definition and focus and a little bit more sparkle. It still gives us that fullness. So if you watch any of our videos, which we hope you do, please subscribe. I do typically the dynamic range and then the focus of the mids on the guitar, which are things that we should really think about when we're buying a guitar. Let's talk about the dynamic range on this guitar. We'll play through it and we'll see what you think. I think you'll be impressed. Okay, what I heard was first, super fast responding with light attack. Grand Theaters are all fast responding. Cool. The maple is going to be that way. I expected that. The biggest thing that I noticed about this guitar is with the maple back and sides, you get a really kind of dry, organic sound. You don't get tons of overtones. Shorter sustain, and it stays really, really precise. I think that's what makes this guitar really special, is that if you're playing this guitar with others, you're playing it live, you're playing just with buddies, what's happening? We're getting tons of definition. We're always going to cut through a mix. I like to think of, when I'm thinking of tone woods, kind of like if a note on a rosewood guitar was listed as like how wide of a band it was, maybe it would be real wide, and all those 6 strings, the notes are chiming, you're getting all these overtones, and they're kind of splashing into each other, which is cool. Whereas maple is super focused and defined. It's a more narrow band, and I love that because each note gets its true opportunity to do what it's supposed to do. It's not getting kind of mushed into something else. It's not getting just put into a big chorus. We have 6 individual soloists here as individual strings, which I really, really like. And where that will be super apparent is when we're playing through the middle of the guitar, right? We get the ability to hear each note precisely, but the bottom end here, even though it's tighter and not as kind of broad as a darker or softer tone would, it still gives you plenty of push. You really hear it because all the other notes aren't banging into it and kind of like eating into its space. So let's go through the middle of the instrument here and see what you think. I mean, the middle of the guitar, very, very true. I love that because when we're doing things like hammer-ons or finger picking or individual note playing, on many guitars, that just gets lost. On maple, it doesn't. So what I'd love for you to do is check out empiremusic.com to see all the new for 2022 Taylor guitars, especially this amazing limited edition Taylor GT 611e, the Grand Theater 611e, solid Sitka spruce top, solid big leaf maple back and sides. Check that out. Antique blonde finish, maple neck, smoky ebony fingerboard, ebony bridge with the mission inlays. This guitar is amazing. Expression system too. You know we do full factory setups. We never send something out without a full factory setup. We really make sure this hits exactly Taylor specs before we ship it to you or you pick it up in store here. Check it out at the site. You can always call 412-343-5299. You can text me directly, 412-915-7118. You can chat with us through the site, and we'll get you hooked up with the right Taylor guitar. So get your 2022 started right with the new GT 611e limited edition. Thanks for watching.